I've been known to just approach helicopters, get in the pilot's seat, and it's become a problem, but I wouldn't want it any other way.
About My Father, great movie. Got a chance to watch it myself.
Thanks.
So much fun.
Thanks.
In this industry, people talk, you hear chatter, and I've heard, about you that you're very method.
Hard to work with. Oh yeah, that too.
Hard to work with and method. And so, my understanding is you actually became like a young billionaire son and learned to fly a helicopter just for this movie.
Just for this movie. And that's the cool thing about this world is you get to escape from your real self and become these people. And then when you leave the movie, a little bit of them stays with you. So I've been known to just approach helicopters, get in the pilot's seat, and it's become a problem, but I wouldn't want it any other way.
It's weird that people wouldn't want you to just fly them around.
You know what? It's just 2023. Times have changed.
Yeah, you're right.
Can't hijack a helicopter anymore.
No. See, what's this world coming to?
I don't know.
I had a chance to chat with David, who plays your father in the movie.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I asked him pretty straightforward question. I was like, who do you think Bill's favorite kid is? And he kind of sideswiped it, man. He kind of didn't want to give me a direct answer.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, how do you feel Lucky would feel about that?
I think he'd be familiar with that. I think he knows that he's an embarrassment, right? And he just wants his dad to believe in him. He just wants one iota of respect, but he ain't gonna get it because he's a clown. You know what I mean? He's not doing anything with his life. He's a fun guy. He can race you down the mountain. He can fly you in the copter, but he's not a serious person. And I think his dad doesn't appreciate that.
Yeah, you almost feel bad for Lucky. There are times where you just get close, and then he does something, and you're like, I don't see you anymore.
And that's the perpetual cycle for these kinds of people, where you're like, God, they just have no self-awareness. I feel so bad for them, and then they do something you hate, which is like his show Succession. You know what I mean? That show's so good at making you go, you know what? They're kind of funny. They're going through a lot. This is a complicated family. And then they do something that you're like, but I hate them. They're not good people.
Yes, he did bring that up too.
Just when they endear you enough so that you're like, I think I can relate to these people. Then they I don't know, brush their teeth with gold toothpaste or something.
Yeah. I heard someone describe it as not so much of an American drama as it is a British comedy. And I thought that was an interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah, interesting.
But you're right. The comparisons of sort of wealthy family from there to About My Father, not that far off. What would you say? If you had to pick David or Kim, Tigger or Bill as a parent, which one would you rather have as your parent?
I mean, mom is so tough. I know she's a nice person, but when she goes to work, she's pretty intimidating. You can't mess with her. Dad's a little softer, a little more flexible, but also he's not very giving. And I don't know. I guess I gotta go with, I'll say this. He probably would go with dad, but mom would be better for him. Mom's the kind of person who wouldn't feed the bears, right? Because then the bears don't know how to hunt for themselves. Yeah. And I think that if it was just him and mom, she'd be like, you got to fend for yourself. And he might evolve, which is not funny. So.
So then you just completely lose 95% of the movie.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
What do you think Brett would be like as a brother in real life? I mean, does he bring the sound bowls with him
Brett,
everywhere?
The real guy? He's the same guy. I mean, he's not the same guy. Brett's character is probably like Brett at 11, and Brett himself is already at 9. I mean, he was going on these silent retreats as they were putting him through the audition process and stuff. And they were like, I think this is our guy. That's his flute that he already played in real life. And then they like wrote it into the movie. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like in one of the other interviews, somebody mentioned that, and I thought that was a joke.
No. I mean,
you're saying it, and that confirms
it's a joke, but it's real. Like,
oh
no, Brett's the man. We had a really good time. You know, we're different, but we're working together. You know, and I that's what I like about this job is that people that are different than me are forced to hang out with me, right? And then I get something from them. I don't know if they get anything from me, but that's the cool thing about this job is that like you kind of like rotate through these work groups. You know, you're not stuck with somebody for years or whatever, just a couple months, and you hang out and you pick something up from somebody that you maybe would never have hung out with before.
Anders, you're the coolest. I really appreciate you taking time to chat today. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And have a great rest of your day, sir.